Support the show, help us out. Super chat, blah blah blah. Patrons, by the way, I'm pretty sure as we're standing here, my computer is done uploading the comedy show from Flappers last week, so it is available. Or will be available today, whatever if that uploads properly. Because anyways, it's pretty rock solid. I gotta say that was a good show. That was an enjoyable show. There's something about me wearing those big drapey cloth things that just sets me loose as a comedian. So for the time being, I'm going to be wearing them on stage because they work. Just paint the whole room green. Tell that to my girlfriend. She will not sign off on that. I'm just saying. Also, I am wearing my Biden merch, and I do wear it out in public. I'm just saying. I recommend it. Although I would pick and choose where you are because, I'm not recommending this to anybody in a harsh red state at a sporting event because people are fucking stupid. But yeah, no, Lauren. No. Safety third. 58.2K on YouTube. We're getting there. Come on, 60. Because then 60 goes to 70, and 70 goes to 80, and 80 goes to 90, and 90 goes to 100, and 100 gives me that little plaque thing, and we'll all just have a big party. When we hit 100K, I'm dismantling this whole fucking machine and fixing it back up so that it's not... so it doesn't look like Formula One as done by Sanford and Son. Because that's what it looks like right now. Everything is so patched together. And so, like, okay, just keep it running, spit on that, but tie that up, duct tape, keep it rolling. That's all that matters, right? We're gonna get the plaque. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. I'm not giving everybody a time scale, but I am saying it should happen before this guy is officially convicted of selling national secrets to the Saudis. Which, I mean, I'm just saying you don't have a lot of time because that shit's coming. Almost might be too early for that one, if you know what I'm saying there. But I gotta say, as one of, I'm one of Trump's, lawyers over here. We don't get as much attention, me and the other fellas, as Alina Habba, because she's the hot one, right? But we're back here in the back doing all the work, if you know what I'm saying. And you don't. I'm trying to listen here. We'll set this whole thing up. Oh, thanks for the gross British pounds. So the grand British. Thanks, Jim. Whatever that was. That's good stuff. I'm Lenny Taco Penis. And I'm one of the lesser known Trump legal team lawyer people, the type of things over here. You see me? You feel me? You get me? You hear me? Okay, shut up already. So, who said I look like Donkey Kong? Fuck you, I oughta, to get my meat hooks around you, scrawny little pencil neck, you bastard. So, anyways, needless to say, I got kicked off the fucking team, and there ain't much left I can do, yeah? Except, I'm trying out for the Jets. Look how big my fucking shoulders are. It's crazy. That's a good time. Anyways, so, let's check this out. Hal, take it away. Show them what's up. Thanks very much, big, thick fucker, whatever your name is. Lenny Taco Penis, everybody. This is breaking. Trump sounds off on Biden, Letitia James before testifying at New York City fraud trial. That's this morning. As I understand, he was quiet in between all these things. So this is, and also, very unfair seems to be the chorus of this particular song, because several times during the court proceedings, when there was arguments going on between his attorneys and the judge or back and forth, he was like, very unfair, very unfair. And yeah, anyway, so here we go. Very unfair, the Trump album. Well, thank you for being everybody. Lumber.
Mr. Trump, you looking forward to testifying today?
I am.
So while Israel is being attacked, while Ukraine is being attacked.
Oh, at least he admits Ukraine is being attacked. Marjorie Taylor Greene is not going to like this.
While inflation is
being attacked.
eating our country alive.
Inflation is kind of last year's story. There's other shit to deal with, try to keep up.
I'm down here, and these are Biden administration.
These are all political opponent attack ads by the Biden administration. Attack ads. Okay, somebody's very aware, or somebody told him, watch what you say, because they're going to use what you say here in attack ads against you. Somebody mentioned that to him in the last 24 hours. Or he read it, somebody like, this asshole just every time he shows up at court prints another attack ad for the Bidens. That's what he just heard. Like that's fucking percolating in the back of his empty dome. I guarantee it.
Their poll numbers are terrible. You show what happened today. The New York Times and CBS came out with a poll that I'm leading all over the place, but it's a very unfair situation.
See, I would just be happy if I were you. I'm going to get elected from jail, and I'm going to pardon myself and fuck you. I mean, that would embolden me if I didn't know I had paid for those polls. So, yeah.
Really election interference, that's all it is. This trial is ridiculous. The numbers are much greater than on the financial statement. And we've already proven that. They said
no.
Mar-a-Lago's worth $18 million. Mar-a-Lago's worth anywhere from probably 50 to 100 times more than that.
Hey, by the way, the only reason he doesn't say $1 billion to 1.5 billion, which is exactly what that amount is, or in this case, I think he's talking the initial 600 to 1.2 or whatever the idea was, but he said on the stand, it's worth $1 billion or 1.5 billion, which is fucking lunacy. There is no way. Shut the fuck, because you can't do anything with it. It has to stay that way forever. The only reason he won't say 1 to 1.5 is because it sounds fucking ridiculous. Saying it's worth 50 to 100 times what they say, nobody's doing the math. Like his own followers think that's 180 million, or or maybe what's 100 times 18 million. It's like $26 million. Like that's where he's hoping. Like he loves the poorly educated, and he hopes that they'll fuck up the math. Instead of coming out and saying it's worth $1 billion, $1.5 billion, easy, everybody hears that number and goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
And it's a terrible, terrible thing.
Mar-a-Lago, that is true though. In his defense, Mar-a-Lago is a terrible, terrible thing. Yeah, it's just ass. It's just silly. It's pitiful. It's a pitiful place.
These are political operatives that I'm going to be dealing with right now. You have a racist attorney general who made some terrible statements, and we just see some more that came over.
She's anti-orange. I don't know. All of her stuff is just, orange hate.
The wires today. It's a very sad situation for our country. We shouldn't have this. This is for third world countries.
No, in a third world country, I think they would have given you a cigarette and a blindfold, fuckwad. I'm not kidding. Third world nations, you wouldn't be able to testify in your own defense in your corruption trial. They just put you in a fucking canoe that was on fire and give you a glass of gasoline. You have a choice. You can drink it or pour it on the fire. These are your two options.
And it's very unfair. It's very unfair.
Is it unfair, though?
But in the meantime, the people of the country understand it. They see it.
Country people.
And they don't like it. They don't like it.
Because it shouldn't be that rich assholes like you, second generation rich kids, get away with this shit while other people have to live through the ramifications of it and pay their price, pay their taxes, pay their, for any crimes they commit. You get to somehow bitch about your civil case like you're being thrown in prison for 100 years.
Political war.
I thought you were a genius businessman. Seriously, if Trump, I think somebody should send him a copy of Art of the Deal and go, you know what? This book is great for starting over. You know what I mean? Let's say if you're down in nothing, you don't have two nickels to rub together and a pot to piss in. You can't piss into a pot full of nickels. Take this book and you can make something of yourself, kid.
Lawfare, as you would call it, or political lawfare. Another name. I got a lot of names for it, but usually.
Yeah, I forget which one they told me. It was a lawfare, a political lawfare. I don't know. What does Mike Pillow call it? Sorry. Mike Pillow, what do you call it?
Asshole.
No, not what you call me. What do you call You talked about it in that case against your lumpy pillow business.
Lumpy pillows kiss my ass.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to. All right, never mind. I guess it's sensitive.
It takes place in third world countries and banana republics.
Well, it also happens in H&M, Gap. I've even seen it happen at an Old Navy outlet.
Nobody's ever seen that to this extent. We've never seen it here.
Well, we've never had a person as criminal as you doing crimey crimes while in the White House being such an asshole and flaunting the law like a dickhead so much. I mean, seriously, Nixon is looking sweeter and sweeter by the day.
But we will go along and we will hopefully do very well in every regard. We'll win the election and we'll make America great again. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make America great again. That's what I'm gonna make America great again. I'm gonna do that. And no one cannot let me do. That's so weird. It's like a toddler.
America great again. But we have to take away from the thugs that we deal with and the horror.
Yeah, the thugs. It's all the thugs. I mean it. You guys, how do you even go outside? There's thugs all over the place. The place is just
horrible people that actually must hate our country to do this. But we will.
Russia? Oh, they hate Russia?
We'll fight very hard for our country. Thank you very much.
Yeah, not very smart, but hard, definitely. I mean, granted, everything with this asshole is a struggle, so.
Everybody.
I gotta say, after all of his little rally things, and we're gonna look at the Kissimmee rally in a bit, it's gotta be weird for him to not get applause after he's like, but I said the hits. And then some guy coughs and it's silent and all you can hear is clickety clack. This is depressing. Like, that's got to be very off-putting. It's like I don't know what this feels like, but it's like when a joke dies. Bye. So anyways, that's your generalized Trump. The rest of the day, he kept his fucking mouth shut. Although, is this this is the same one, is it? Oh, no, okay, so this is him coming out at this is the tail end of it. This is when he finally left. So in between, during the recesses and breaks, he didn't say anything because he wanted it to be, for some reason he thinks like he gets a pass if he says shit on the days he's not testifying. So fucking weird. But here you go. This is, yeah. That's a happy guy.
I think it went very well. I think you were there and you listened and you see what's.
I think you were there and you listened. Yes. People live tweeted it. Nobody was impressed. Nobody knows what the fuck is up.
Scam this is. This is a case that should have never been brought. It's a case that should be dismissed immediately. The fraud was on behalf of the court. The court was
fraudulent.
The fraudster in this case.
The court was the fraudster in this case. Says the man who, with his adult sons, cannot operate a charity in New York State.
References to assets that were
shitty, smelly, briny, like an old folks' home with with a putting green that you can rent out for weddings for like nouveau riche, gauche, true religion assholes. A stomping ground for foreign spies and classless rich hicks.
Very valuable, and they said they had no.
They said been there. It's ass.
Idea.
You know what you should do? Take him down there. Take him for a fucking walk around. You should. This is okay. Insist that you take the judge, since he's making these evaluations. Take him on a tour. Show him around. Let him, and again, at some point, you got to take away the chaperone. Just let him, tell everybody at Mar-a-Lago, hey, we have a special guest today. We're not going to say who it is, but please show him no area is off limits. He can walk around. He can flush the toilets and kick the tires, all he wants to. So he just sees how fucking great this place is. Judge Engeron and his clerk and any of the staff there and the state attorney general's office and all of them, just give them a tour of Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster and Trump Tower and 40 Wall Street. And I would say, make sure you give them some air fresheners, maybe even hang them on their clothing so they don't have to spray everywhere they go. And you know, give them, you know, let them take pictures with their phones and post them on social media. What could possibly go wrong? If anything, it'll raise the price of the place. Like, people go, oh shit, you can really get a top dollar for this place, man. Hey, look, I solve problems. It's what I do. I mean, that's what I do, but I don't live in a dump. It's a little messy, but it's great. It's home.
No idea what the numbers were when they said $18 million for Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, that was the number you argued to get it lower so that you wouldn't have to pay taxes on $26 million.
And it's 50 to 100 times that amount by any estimation.
No. Let me show you how this works. I estimate that Mar-a-Lago isn't even worth $18 million. How about that? I mean, if you're saying any estimation, mine counts. This is why you use words like legit or qualified or you're smart. The problem is he can't use those words because legally he didn't, and he's lying, and therefore he can't even bring legit or qualified into the conversation because it will stomp all over his bullshit. See how that works? He can't even use those words.
It's a terrible thing that's happened here. We're taking days and days and weeks
and months and hours and minutes and minutes.
And it goes on, and then you look at the outside world and what's happening. But of course, they're getting their wish because I don't have to be here for the most part, but I sort of do have to be here.
Oh, God. Make up your mind, and I'll make up mine. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Get the fuck out of there. If you don't have to be there, and it doesn't make a fucking lick of difference, beat it. Nobody's stopping you. Get the fuck out of there.
I want to be here.
All right, there you go. He wants to be there.
It's a scam, and this is a case that should have never been brought.
Are you saying it's a case that should have never been brought, though? Have you brought... I think you should bring that up.
And it's a case that now should be dismissed.
Well, I mean, I guess that was the way it would have to go if it shouldn't have been brought and it was brought, then you want it now to be dismissed. It's, first of all, the case is done. I don't know if you know this. You can't dismiss the case. The case is over. You've been found guilty of fraud, fuckwad. That's it. You're done. This is just about how much you get penalized for being a fraud. This isn't a question of whether or not you're a fraud. This is a question of how much you engaged in the fraud, and this is just, all this dude is doing is listening to you fucking shit out your mouth, and somebody is walking over with a pooper scooper and putting every turd that flies out of your lips onto the pile of that's another million, that's another million, that's another million, that's another million. If you had any fucking brains at all, and you had any of the depth of business acumen you pretend to have, you wouldn't have taken the stand. You would have shut the fuck up.
Everybody saw what happened today.
Well, no, we didn't. No, we didn't, fuckhead. And you know it, which is why he's saying that.
Everybody saw what happened with it.
No, we heard it secondhand. We saw things written or whatever. But I look forward to insisting that cameras are in the courtroom for your documents trial.
A star witness who admitted that I never told him what he originally said. I did.
Yeah, he didn't direct you. He just said, he didn't say, murder my wife with this knife. He just said, here's a knife. It would be nice if my wife disappeared. And that means I'm innocent.
He admitted that he lied, and he has absolutely no credibility whatsoever.
He lied on your behalf, shithead.
That's their only witness.
No, it isn't. They had experts on all last week, in between Don Jr. and Eric and you, going, nah, this is the math they did, and this is what real math looks like.
only witness. And I think you saw what I had to say today, and it was very conclusive.
Yes, it was very conclusive. I don't remember. I don't know what that is. I may have known what that was, but I don't know that I know what that is or what it. Even if I would know what that is, someone else should have told me what that was so that I would know what it is. Duh.
Everything we did was absolutely right.
No. It's pronounced Reich.
To think that we're being sued and spending all this time and money, and yet people being killed all over the world, that this country could stop.
With New York City internal tax dollars? I mean, if you want to go door to door in fucking New York and tell them we should be sending more money to Ukraine and Israel, have the fuck at it. Nobody's stopping you the rest of the... You had to testify today, but the rest of this time, you could be fucking, hello, I'm Donald Trump, and listen, people are being killed. I've got a bucket. Would you mind putting... Actually, I'll have this lady hold the bucket because I'm not allowed to hold a bucket and raise money for any kind of charity at all because I'm an untrustworthy fuck. But if you could put some money into that, we're going to use that to buy some bullets and some bombs and some bombs and some bullets, and we're going to mail it over there, and some, we're going to send it over. It's going to be great stuff. Great stuff.
With inflation and all of the other problems that this country has, I think it's a disgrace.
By the way, this is like Nerd Gotti. I mean, he's trying to sound like this is a disgrace. Can you believe this city is gonna guy? You know, if I'm gonna come after somebody for being a killer, I'm gonna come after them not for spitting on the sidewalk. Like he's trying to talk like Al Capone, but he's talking about inflation and foreign policy. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is this is sad. You know, they're going after me for running some numbers, hookers and blow, heroin, a few hijackings and stuff like that. Meanwhile, OPEC is ripping this country off like you would not believe. Like, imagine at any time in history if one of the gangsters just started like, what are you looking at me for? The Germany has just invaded fucking Poland. You're gonna dust off my ass because I'm running a booze through here? The fuck? Sorry, I didn't do that right. 1 second. Hey, you're trying to do that. What are you? Hey. You're gonna fuck around with my livelihood and this bullshit right here when the fucking Mongols are attacking most of Eastern Europe and this fucking rats spreading plague throughout the world. You're gonna fuck with me about whether or not I'm running a couple of witches in the Eastwick general area? Get the fuck out of here. This fucking guy. Fucking bada boom, bada bing. This is not how it works, stupid. I don't give a shit.
And when you look at the numbers, the poll numbers that came out today from the New York Times and CBS, I'm sure the Times was not
Yeah, we're shaking in our shoes.
too happy. But people are sick and tired of what's happening. This is I think it's a very sad day for America. But anyway, this is a case that should have never been brought.
And it should be dismissed right away. You don't forget that part.
And it's a case that should be immediately dismissed.
Okay, immediately dismissed. There's one problem, and that is that time, for all practical purposes, unless you can achieve the speed of light, which would increase your mass to the point where you'd become, basically stone, which may have been what happened to you. I don't know. As long as time moves forward, the case can't be dismissed because the case has already been resolved. You've already been found guilty of fraud. This is the penalty phase, dumbass. Wait. Somebody's hold on. Say should be dismissed again. Say dismissed again, motherfucker. Say dismissed again. What? All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's The flippity do not happening. I'm getting Hawaii 5-0. It's not. It's like he fell asleep in court and got up without fixing it. This is all scraggly, and then this business. Now, that's not bad. That's bad. It's not looking good. So, can somebody tap him on the shoulder? Alina, you might want to do a little. Don't let him touch fix his head. Don't let him touch it till they leave court. If you're going to be on camera, if you're going to turn your fucking back to camera, I'm just saying. Zoom in, they said. Hold on. I don't know how much we can. Look at that. I don't know what this is like. There's a gap in his head. That's his skull right there. And so is this right here underneath this part. There's just this flat part that he circles around, and it's apparently not. I don't know. It's splitting because there's just not enough leftover hair in it. This is not good. That's not happening. Hatchet scar? You think you think he had the cut hair replacement thing? I don't know why anybody with any means would do that. When you can't you get the kind where they just take it from random places, right? Instead of slicing your head. Shit, though, when he was thinking about doing this, probably when you saw those ads where they put snaps. That looks very strange with a cupcake replacing his head. That's not me, by the way. That is a real person. That's Salty Cupcake is a real being, and I think it's stop denying his existence. It's wrong.